What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another live stream for you. And this is my final Browns only mock draft of the year. It's bittersweet. This might even be the last one I ever do, too, because I'm just getting low-key tired of doing mock drafts. I see why people say they're so annoying, and they are. But I might only do Browns mock drafts next year. Maybe like one or two, full first rounders. By the way, I got one of those babies coming out. After this one is finished, I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time on these. My phone is going absolutely crazy right now. But anyways, let's see who I got coming to the Browns in my final Browns 7-round mock draft. So with that being said, let's get started. You already know who the first pick for us is in the first round, 10th overall. I have the Browns selecting Andrew Thomas, tackle out of Georgia. There is the possibility that we could trade this pick. And there's also the possibility that maybe Isaiah Simmons could fall. If he falls and it comes down to alignment or Simmons, I'm all for whatever we do. But yeah, I have us going Andrew Thomas at 10th overall. We get Baker Mayfield, his left tackle, his bodyguard, and we're set for the next several years, at least until Conklin retires or Treader. And then we got to worry about filling up those holes. But yeah, moving on to the second round. What's going on, Goat James and Crazy Mofo Draft Day? What's up, Tyler? In the second round, 41st overall selection, I have the Browns selecting Antoine Winfield, safety out of Minnesota. I have an offensive draft crush. That's Thomas, obviously. You can tell by the thumbnail. Every mock draft I've done pretty much has had him as the thumbnail. And my defensive draft crush is Antoine Winfield. Those are the two guys that I would love to have in the first two picks. Third round, I have the Browns sticking with defense and selecting linebacker Logan Wilson out of Wyoming. This guy's starting to gain momentum. I would not be surprised if he's not even there in the third round. He's probably going to go in the second. I just have him in the third round because why not? People drop. Gabriel says the Patriots are going to trade with us. I don't know. It's an awfully far drop. Unless we trade for Trent, then I could see it. But I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. I've heard we have like 5 or 6 teams calling us trying to trade up to number 10. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm excited. That's the best part about it. I want Logan Wilson for my Raiders. Yeah, that dude has really come out of nowhere over the past couple of weeks. I didn't know much about him, and then I started hearing his name, watched a little bit of tape on him, and yeah, kid's a beast. Put him in our linebacking core. Let's go. But yeah, I have us taking Logan Wilson. So that means we would have 2 Wilsons in our linebacking core, Logan and Mac. Going to have to put their first initial on their jersey to determine who's who. I mean, obviously, it'd be pretty easy to determine, but, you know. But moving on to the second, third round pick. This is the one I believe we acquired from the Texans when they acquired Duke Johnson from us. And I have us selecting Michael Pittman Jr., wide receiver out of USC. Our wide receiving core is good, but in terms of depth, it's not so good. We don't really have much depth. Obviously, it's carried by the 2 freaking Pro Bowl freaking superstars, Landry and Beckham. I don't know what we're going to do with Rashard Higgins. After that, we don't really have much of anything. I think the most noteworthy freaking receiver we have is Taywan freaking Taylor. And he barely played last year. We traded for that guy right before the season started. He only played like one game. Not even. Couple snaps. That's it. Wow, okay. And then moving on, fourth round, 115 overall, I have the Browns selecting Kenny Wilkes, defensive end out of Michigan State, Sparty, whatever you want to call him. Oh, you're reaching. Does it look like I care? I mean, I'm just, putting some good names in the range where I think they could go. And again, more pass rush depth. Love it. Next, I have us going in the sixth round. We have no fifth round pick yet. Who knows if we could acquire one? And I have us selecting Kayvon Wallace, safety out of Clemson. And then with our final pick of the draft, I have the Browns selecting James Smith-Williams, edge rusher out of NC State. So there you go. We solidify the pass rush. We get ourselves a dominant offensive lineman for the next 10 plus years. Get ourselves a receiver for receiving depth. We pretty much fill almost every hole. Maybe we can even get a tight end too. I could see that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, 4 mock drafts. I was wrong. 4 mock drafts. 1 mock draft did not have Thomas as my first round pick. And that was my second one where I had Wirfs. That was, I believe, right after the combine. All right, so let's see what else the chat is saying. What's up, Ton Sports? And, of course, we got Crazy Mofo in the house. Who do you think the Browns are going to take and pick in 4? Who knows? No, that's a reach. True. What's good, Crazy? Will you be live? No, I'm not going live. I went live last year because we didn't have a pick, and I would have been supremely bored just sitting here. So I figured I might as well go live and, talk to the people. But since we have a pick for the moment, who knows? But I'm not going to be going live tonight. I'll be going live tomorrow morning to talk about what went down tonight and then preview what I think will happen tomorrow night. But I won't be going live for the actual draft. I think we're going to, based off of what we've done in free agency, I think the Browns are going to focus a lot of their resources on defense, aside from like the first pick where I think we're going to definitely go Thomas, unless Simmons falls. And I swear, man, if Simmons is there at 10 and you don't take him, I'm gonna look at the camera. By the way, I'm probably going to be putting my camera right on my dresser where I did my unboxing video a few days ago. It's going to be angled, pointing this way, and I'm going to be standing there staring at the TV, wondering, why did you not take Simmons? But I trust Barry. Barry's got me feeling good about what we're going to be doing tonight. Okay, I don't want to see Vernon out there. I agree. If you were to guess, what are the odds we trade back? Right now, I'd say the odds are less than 50%. But once the draft gets going and guys start falling off the board, we could start seeing that, percentage go up depending on who's there. If Thomas is gone, if Wirfs is gone, Wills will probably be there, maybe. I doubt it. If Simmons is gone, let's say Wirfs, let's say Becton is there, and he's like one of the only guys that we know is there that we'd probably want, I could see us trading back. Maybe if the offer is even, if the offer is great too, I could see us trading back. Imagine Simmons and Jamal Adams. Well, that would be ungodly, except I don't think we would trade for Jamal Adams. Am I going to watch? Of course I'm going to watch the draft. Yeah, but we'll see what happens tonight. We're talking about the Dolphins right now. That's the best part about the draft. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I'm hearing the Jaguars have been talking to the Lions regarding possibly jumping up to number 3. That would be something. Don't be surprised either if the Browns don't trade down, but trade up. If there's a guy that they really, 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 really want bad enough, they will trade up for him. Don't doubt Barry. Never doubt Barry. Barry's been very aggressive so far this offseason, and it would not surprise me one bit if he jumped up maybe a spot or two to nab his guy to make sure he got him. We got 3 hours to the draft. Yes, sir. 3 long hours. Hopefully we can get the Dolphins to give us 3 number ones for, oh my God. Anthony, just seriously stop with that. Seriously. Seriously, just stop. Just stop. He calls himself a Browns fan, but yet he's out here saying we should trade Baker. Yeah, let's go through another quarterback carousel for the next 20 years. We actually got a somewhat decent quarterback, and this dude wants to trade him. Oh, but he had a bad year last year. I'd like to see you go out there and try to do your thing with with 2 injured star receivers, a coach who has no idea what the hell he's doing, and an offensive line that is just a level above Swiss cheese. And oh yeah, our general manager was such a genius that he decided to neglect said offensive line pretty much ever since he came here. He was trying to do to Baker what the Colts did to Andrew Luck, just completely neglect the offensive line. We had Chris Hubbard and Greg Robinson at tackle on the bookends. Luckily, Baker was so elusive a lot of the times, and he was able to get out of the pocket and avoid the sack. Otherwise, he would have been sacked over 100 times probably. You're not going to do a lot with those 2 guys as your tackles. But now we got Conklin, and then we're either going to wind up with Trent Williams, which is very good. I know a lot of people hate on that, but he's 30-some years old. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only down thing. He's 30. He's well over 30. He hasn't played in a year. I mean, there's a good side, I think he's still got some good play left in the tank. But then again, it's like the dude's over 30. And I mean, if you ask me, I would rather just draft a tackle and have him for 10-plus years than you trade for Trent. And can you even trust Trent to play the entire season? 2,000-yard receiver. 2,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard running back. Baker, the only player that's underachieving out of that group. Anthony, just seriously, just be quiet. Seriously. Like, we're getting sick and tired of it. Yeah, but also I think Winfield may go before we pick at 41. If Winfield is gone, I would take Delpit. I know some people will be like, oh, he can't tackle. Well, I heard he was dealing with injuries, and maybe he was also trying to not get hurt even more, which would definitely hurt his draft stock. But I mean, I'd take McKinney out of Bama. He's really good. And then don't – wait. No, okay, yeah. Don't sleep on a guy from Southern Illinois, freaking Jeremy Chin. I love that. Jeremy Chin. Could Simmons fall? Yeah, he could. Peter Schrager said yesterday that he could see Simmons going between 7 to 12. And knowing us, he'll be there at 9. We'll be like, oh, yeah, Simmons is coming here, baby. Let's go. And then